I love dungarees.
That's the first line of the podcast.
Yeah.
But I dressed today for you two, and it's the first time in my life that I thought, am I too old? I feel like I dress like a 4-year-old.
I think it suits you, and your jumper's fantastic as well. And people might not be seeing you're wearing pink socks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
cool.
thought about everything down to my rainbow, very gay pants.
Which we can't see, unfortunately.
Well.
Yeah, we did. Nicky Campbell in his interview got his feet out. So
Yeah, he actually took his shoes off.
yeah,
No.
Yeah.
whip it up.
They can get his feet out. That means I get my bum out.
You got to take it to the next level.
Them's the rules. Them's the rules.
That is my problem in life. Like, anything someone asks me to do, I will do it.
Oh, really? Have you always been like that?
Yeah, I think we're getting deep quite quickly, and I think I just wanted to always entertain. So if I can get a laugh from eating an entire bunch of flowers, I will.
Is that something that you have done? Because that was a very specific.
It was very specific.
I one time went into a pub and there was the amazing comedian Tim Key.
Oh, Tim's brilliant. Yeah.
And Tim is one of my heroes. And I thought, what can I do to, like, catch his attention? And he had a vase of flowers on the table. And without talking, I went up to the table, picked out the biggest flower, maintained heavy eye contact.
Vital.
with
It's a
Tim.
vital thing to do.
It's all about the eye contact and ate the flower head to stalk.
What could I ask
did
what
he
flower
say-
it was?
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
I want to know what. This is important
Obviously, that's more
detail.
important.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm hoping it wasn't like a rose.
or like
it'd be
a
a bit
lily or
thorny.
something.
No, I'm very bad at flowers. It was one with a big head and a lot of petals.
I'm imagining like a daffodil or a tulip.
No, more like circular.
Okay.
There was
Like an echinacea or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Bold.
Yeah, that's a bold move.
I mean, well, eating a flower
Yeah.
is arguably, not, you know.
There was a lot of flour to get in my mouth. I did it.
But did it have the required like effect?
Yeah, that's my question.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah. So this wasn't years ago. This was literally 4 months ago.
Okay.
So it wasn't like I'd seen my comedy hero. I just bumped into my mate in the pub. Fun fact, I was also on the first date.
Okay.
You
wait a minute.
interrupted.
Whoa,
the
whoa,
first
whoa,
date
whoa.
to
We've-
do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
So,
this is a very bold. move.
yeah, my date just had to stand there while I impressed Tim Kay. And to be fair, Tim said that is the funniest thing I have ever seen.
You turn back around, your date's not there
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah. I mean, she stayed. So I think that says more about her.
It does.
I don't know. Or that could be your new thing that you just do on dates.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have
Yeah.
to interrupt because this is the part of the day where I eat a flower. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thoughts.
So yeah, what I'm getting from that is you're up for anything, up for a laugh.
Yeah.
And I mean, apart from anything else, obviously you're an absolute legend. You're so funny. You're a comedian. You're a writer. You're very creative. These are all careers that are quite sort of challenging to get into and brave to get into. And I think there are probably so many people out there that have secretly thought like, oh, I'd love to be a writer. I'd love to be a comedian.
Yeah.
Would never even go near that. But you've obviously gone for it. And from what I know about you, you've kind of, you studied, was it like creative writing and stuff like that? Like, it seems like that's always been your thing. Yeah. It was never, was there any moment where that wasn't your thing or you weren't thinking about going for it?
Writing, always my thing. Comedy, literally no idea where that should come from. Comedy for me is a hobby that has gone a bit out of hand. But yeah, for sure, like, so everyone knows that food by now, but I got a disability called cerebral palsy, and I've always had it. And growing up in the 90s, I never really saw anyone disabled on telly or in the media. So if somebody said to me, oh, do you want to be a comedian? I go, well, that's a joke. Because I'm disabled. You don't get disabled comedians. But writing felt like a possible career for me. And I was always great at reading and English. And for as far as I remember, I would write stories and I would make my brother film little TV shows.
Oh, really?
And sketch shows together. So when I went to uni, I studied creative writing and English in the hope that I will go into writing. But even that felt like I feel like with creative jobs there's a lot of uncertainty. So I thought after uni I'll go into TV, and I became a researcher and worked on the panel shows, but always with the hope that I go down the script writing route. And to help me with that, I did a postgrad in writing comedy specifically. and my teacher was a great radio producer called Bill Dare, and I hope he's not listening, but if he is, I don't care. Bill, you're a moody bugger. Now, for the whole 2 years, you'd submit a piece, and they go, yeah, fine. And that would be great. Some days they go absolutely appalling. Like, he would tell it how it is.
Yeah.
And we were in a pub after lecture one time. And in the pub in my home life with my friends, I've always been a joker. Always. But like I said, never thought this could be an actual job. So I was holding court like normal in the pub.
Eating flowers.
Eating flowers, you know how it is.
Were they like giving you requests, like eat the coaster?
Yeah. Show us your rainbow knickers.
Get your bum out.
And Bill Dad just looked at me and went, "You're a stand-up comedian." And a lot of people have said it before, but I just thought they were being nice. But coming from him, who I respected and who I knew didn't mince his words, I was like, right, well, if Bill says it, there's something in there. So that's when I went down the comedy route. But yeah, even now, if someone says, what do you do? I will say I'm a writer who does a bit of comedy.
Funny, yeah. I do
modest.
things like that sometimes. Don't say what I actually do.
Yeah.
But it's funny you were saying about Bill, and obviously, possibly he was a bit of a mentor to you, and you obviously respected him. I wondered if some of the way he acted was kind of, in a way, maybe protecting you, because you know how, like, we know that it's ruthless out there, and you know the rejection and all the stuff that you're going to get. In some ways, it may be a little bit, like, I don't like to use the word character building, but maybe gave you some of the kind of inkling into what it would be like once you start putting your work out there and the rejection and all stuff. Do you think that was in his mind a little bit, apart from probably his own kind of like natural moroseness, you know?
Yeah, it's interesting. And my mum and dad are both teachers. So I grew up surrounded by teachers, and I feel like they all have their different strengths and their different ways to teach. And at school, my favourite teacher was my English teacher, who was a lot like Bill, who would just gave me nothing, would slam down my essay and go, "You're better than that. Do it again." And I feel like my personality adapts well to that. I feel like literally everything we're talking about is connected, 'cause someone said, I bet you can't eat that flower. I'm that person to go, well, I'll prove you wrong.
Yeah.
You think that essay isn't good enough? Right, I will spend the next 2 weeks not sleeping, and I'll prove you that I'm good enough. So that is why I really acted well with Bill and my English teacher, but both of them have very negative impacts to other
You
people.
sure? Yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And they're quite similar actually, because they would really upset people and they would go, not my problem, be better. But I think a good teacher would recognize that I was a person who needed to be pushed. And other people I feel need to be nurtured. And what is interesting is a lot of comedy writers and comedians in general are still male, because I feel like it's a female. I'm being stereotypical now, but a lot of females, it's like spend ages writing a script or a sketch, and they were then met with no shit. They would perhaps retreat more than your stereotypical man, who will probably go, I think you're wrong.
Yeah.
They would knock at another producer's door with the same script. So, yeah, it helped me, but I wouldn't say that's a way to make everybody a comedian.
Yeah, it is. It's like the whole industry, and not just comedy, but any sort of creative industry is so. It's harsh. It is harsh, and also often a man's world as well. And like, you know, I work as an artist, and female artists are so underrepresented.
Yeah.
And yeah, podcasting as well, just everything. And there's definitely something to be said about that. The pushback that you often get, and it kind of like pushing a lot of females.
Yeah.
It's sort of like critical.
Talking about it, I'm actually quite annoyed at myself. I'm annoyed that it took a man to tell me that I was funny.
Well, we did say we were going to make you angry on this podcast.
Yeah!
It
happened!
The impossible
has
been made possible.
Whereas I don't know whether if I was a man, I would come to that realization myself.
I think it's true. I think this is probably more common than you think, in that people that have these secret desires to do comedy or acting or whatever it is, something creative, and they don't feel like that's within the realm of possibility, they'll often have that one person who they respect or they almost see as like a critical parent or is their actual parent, who will then be like, oh, I think you could do that. And that's all it takes is unfortunately like an external validation of this is possible to get on that road.
Yeah.
I don't think we're brought up, especially as women, to like innately believe in ourselves, being capable of things like that. So it's so important.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then so interesting because starting out, comedy is awful. You gotta perform at open mics and you do 5 minutes along with 18 other comedians. It lasts for hours. And now of the 19, 20 people on there, there'd usually be 1 or 2 women. And they'd be the ones with their notebooks preparing. And then most of the men
Yeah, I've got my notebook.
not all men.
Charles,
And
you're in a safe spot.
Thank you.
and then there'd be the men that you could tell have been going to those kind of gigs for years and years and years. And they get on and they will be bad. And then they come up and go, oh, it was a shit crowd. Shit crowd.
Blame the audience.
Whereas starting out when I had a bad gig, it would take me a lot to talk myself round. Cause my initial thought was, I'm shit, I can never do that again.
God, it honestly sounds like my idea of like a nightmare. Like that would be like a stress dream for me. Like, I had this awful dream last night that I was comedian. I had to stand on stage and people like judge, because the judgment is so it's immediate. Like, it's in front of you as well. It's not like if you like
when you're being judged with silence sometimes.
Yeah, which is awkward, and people hate silence. I hate silence. So you gotta feel it.
That's it. I would prefer a audience to boo me, heckle me. The worst crowd are the ones that just sit there politely.
Apathetically. Make me laugh.
So
give me something.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds horrible. So that's why I have so much respect for you, because not only have you sort of chased your dreams and gone after what you want in life, but you're also in an industry that is so terrifying.
Yeah. And I mean, sorry, Giles, we'll move away from the man hate.
We hate men. We hate men.
Shall I just leave?
Yeah, that'd be lovely.
Can't unwrap his legs from it.
Before I started stand-up, I thought a lot about my disability. I wasn't out yet, so sexuality wasn't on my radar, but disability was a big thing. I thought, what will I do with someone heckles me because of it? What do I do about the awkwardness? And actually, it was starting that I realised my biggest problem in comedy was being a woman.
Oh, that's really interesting.
How I just found myself in male green rooms and for a long time. I felt like I needed to lad it up and be quite sweary and like get in there before they got at me. And then what's worse is I've been in a lot of green rooms where I'm just ignored. Like the men are all having a conversation, and it's like, am I even here? Especially with older men. There is only a handful, but they are still out there, and they are so bitter because they are white, straight, old, able-bodied men who think that all the diverse people are coming in and taking their jobs. And there've been a few like underhand comments, and I'm like, no, if you want my jobs, you need to do a better job, because they go on stage and they're telling the same jokes from 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah, just laziness, really,
Yeah.
isn't it? And entitlement.
Entitlement, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really horrible to hear that you know that obviously I don't know if obviously not now because you're more confident and you've been on a circuit a lot longer, but those early days where you couldn't be your authentic self in those moments, you were having to sort of put on a different persona. That's always horrible, I think, if you hear that, because you want people to just be who they are.
And more often than not, this annoyed me more. I be ignored until I went on stage, had a good gig, and then they would talk to me. So it was like I had to prove myself, and then they would come up and go, "Oh, Rosie, yeah, you're really good," and it's like, yeah.
I was really good before the gig
Yeah,
started.
Yeah, it's so disingenuous, isn't it? And just and also it's that kind of typical like almost like networky social climbing.
Well, it sounds a bit like there was a
Yeah.
boys' club as well.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
like you say, that old school kind of generation of guys who just feel like it's their arena and no one else is allowed within it.
And I think it's getting better now, and there's some amazing women and non-white people coming. But, like, I think it was last week I found myself gigging with 3 white, straight, able-bodied men. And I was like, come on, do better.
Yeah.
But at the same time, secretly, I don't know what it says about me, but because of where I am in my career, I was closing the gig, and it actually felt quite powerful to be like, yeah, it's still the majority, but it's been recognized that I, in this room, I'm the best.
Yeah.
I'm the headliner.
You're
here.
the headliner. Yeah, exactly. Which is the way it should be.
Yeah.
So. on behalf of all women, thank you. And Giles, what do you have to say?
But I was going to ask you, did that mean at some points, that obviously the comedy was something that you weren't necessarily thinking about, the writing was more a passion for you. Did you at some points maybe suppress those dreams of being a comedian not only because of like your own desire to be a writer, but also because of what you were heading into? And obviously you've alluded to some of the challenges you faced in these early days.
I think sometimes when I talk about my childhood, it sounds very sad. And it wasn't at all. I was so happy, and I cannot stress it enough. I didn't suppress it because to me it wasn't an option. A comparison would be saying to you, did you suppress your dreams of being a farmer on the moon? And it's like, no, because like, that just wasn't a job out there. Like, it was just a matter of fact. I'm disabled, so I can't be a hairdresser. I can't be a doctor. And I can't be a comedian. So, but comedy was always in my life. So when I did make that leap, it was actually more of a hop, because I've been using comedy all my life in order to diffuse situations when people felt uncomfortable with my disability. So when I finally started, it made total sense. But literally, until that point, there wasn't a choice to suppress it, because for me it wasn't a valid job.
Yeah, it just speaks volumes, doesn't it, about the importance of role models. And
God.
yeah, it's something we don't really think about too much in day to day, like, the importance of having those people that allow others to see, to believe that something is possible.
And I might be going way in another direction, so feel free to assume it back.
No, you go.
But I'm in therapy, of course I am.
Amazing.
And a big thing that I'm tackling is the fact that I don't feel worthy of a long-term relationship. And when we get down into it, it's because growing up on TV, in the media, even now I'd say, I have never seen a disabled person in a healthy, loving relationship. So the way I approach love and sex is I make them separate. secret because I've been taught by society that I am not worthy of love. And that comes right down to role models and seeing yourself out there.
So so interesting that you've kind of managed to peel away the layers and work out that that's what it comes down to, because it sounds like you grew up in a very loving household and you had parents that loved you and were very supportive. It's not like you've come from a background where you were told as a child, like, you don't deserve love. We tend to think that about ourselves, don't we? The things that we reject in ourselves usually comes from like childhood experiences or trauma. But actually it's more of like a societal thing as a whole. It's really fascinating, actually.
And I think, again, looking me back, but when you're a woman, hopefully you grow up, surround yourself with brilliant women. If you are non-white, usually one of your parents is non-white too, at least. If you're gay, as you go out, you find that queer community, got queer spaces. But when you're disabled, you grow up, not always, but I grew up in a house where I was the only disabled one at school. No one else had my disability, rightly or wrongly. At uni, at work, I never sought out disabled spaces. So I'm now at 32, where I don't really have anyone disabled in my life. So that can feel quite isolating, and therefore I can't talk to my mate who will go, oh yeah, I felt so unworthy of love until I met blah blah, and then I could see a loving relationship. So I think, again, I need to stress that it wasn't a sad or lonely childhood, but it's as an adult that I go, oh, a lot of things I think I know about disability and love and work and life, I've had to teach myself, and maybe some of it isn't right.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be that shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't be that you have to teach yourself.
Yeah.
There should be role models.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there was, or you were aware growing up as a child, that there was kind of like a need for a sense of belonging? Is that something you were conscious of, or is it only sort of looking back as an adult in hindsight that you realised that that was a thing?
I think it only happened retrospectively. And again, I was so happy and I was so unaware of it at the time. But my humour definitely evolved, as I said, because it had to. Because when I started school, I was the only disabled person. So actually, at 4 years old, I had the confidence to go, hello, I'm gonna do a speech for you. And I stood in front of my class and said, hello, I'm Rosie. I got a disability called cerebral palsy, which means I talk differently and I fall over a lot. But if you got any questions, I'll answer them. Which is so cute.
Yeah.
So cute.
And brave as well.
And brave.
That was your first stand-up gig.
Yeah. But then, as a 32-year-old, and I look at my friends who have 4-year-olds, I kind of go, why was it up to me to make 30 children accept me? I should have been able to enter that space and not explain myself. And even now, I feel like it's always up to me. Like if somebody has a question about disability, they'll come to me. And I like that. I like talking. But as I get older, part of me wants to go, Google it. Read it, but why is it up to me to make you okay with it?
Yeah.
There's a weight of expectation on you.
Yeah. It was interesting during Black Lives Matter because it was the first time as a gay disabled woman I was like, oh, I'm the bad guy. Oh no! And actually, what I did was I just went and I read books from amazing non-white authors. I like educating myself how to become anti-racist. Which I learned is different from not racist. It's being active and not passive. And during that time, I read a lot of non-white people were saying the amount of white people that are coming to me and going, help me.
Yeah.
And it's not up to them to make us better anti-racist people. So yeah, it's interesting, and then you're in the grey area of probably I would have still been quite extrovert. I still would have been the joker in the pub, but part of me feels a bit bitter because I had no other choice but to be the joke. It probably wasn't a joker in the pub. I would have been the joke in the pub.
So it was kind of like a defense
Yeah.
strategy, or like a mask that you felt
Yeah.
that you had to wear, and
Yeah.
nobody should spend their life feeling that
No.
they have to wear a mask
No.
to be accepted.
Yeah.
Going back to what you were saying about in schools as well, and how, you know, you went to a school where you were the only disabled person there. You've written a couple of books. Would you like to talk a little bit about
that? Well, as I said, at 4 years old, I wanted to be a writer. Because for as far as I could remember, I could talk slow, walk slow, but read bloody fast. And I inhale books. And again, a lot of lectures retrospectively, but never reading about a main character who had any kind of disability was really damaging, because it made me believe that our stories weren't worth telling. So when I could, I wrote my first children's book called The Amazing Edie Cat. And it's about a girl, Edie, who's amazing and funny and stubborn and ambitious, and she has cerebral palsy. And the disability is a factor and comes into it, but it's not about that. It's about Edie as a 12-year-old girl making friends and starting school, having her first crush on another girl.
So I'm hearing she's amazing, stubborn, ambitious. I don't think you said this, but I'm guessing funny.
She's gay. I don't know.
Where did the inspiration come from?
I'm very, very imaginative.
I'm surprised her name isn't like Rosie Rosie Bones. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. It's so great that you've done that, and you've now provided children all over the country and the world with a role model.
I mean, I love everything I do. I love writing, performing, acting, but my favourite thing is when I do the Q&A's for the book. Because I get to meet the children who's read them. And I think selfishly, I wrote the books for me. I wrote it for the 10-year-old Rosie who had no role models. So when I do the Q&A, I have a lot of disabled children come, which is amazing, because they say, eating dribbles like I do, or I've never seen anyone in their book like me before.
Mm.
But as well as that, what I didn't expect was a lot of my readers are non-disabled. And they just, they're unfazed by it.
Mm.
And what I mean, I cry every year at Water Book Day because Edie, again, I don't know where I came up with this, but Edie loves wearing dungarees. Weird. And it was amazing on World Book Day to see so many people going into school
Mm.
dressed as Edie, and they were disabled children and non-disabled children, and the fact that they were dressing like the hero
Mm.
who happened to have cerebral palsy didn't seem like it was a problem for them because it's not.
No. Yeah, it's so inspiring. And you've probably inspired so many people or children to become writers as well.
Hopefully. And hopefully I want to inspire people to be comedians because we're getting better, but still there aren't enough comedians with disability in the UK right now.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah, well, you're certainly at the forefront of it, Rosie, and doing an amazing job. And I know, obviously, we alluded to the fact that some of that can sometimes be a burden for you, but amazing that we've got you and that you're able to pioneer that to a certain extent. So yeah, and thank you so much for today. It's been so wonderful to talk to you. The time has whizzed by. We've covered so much stuff.
I'm sorry, I feel like we've only scratched the
We have.
I know.
I know, and you haven't even drank your coffee.
I know.
But thank you so much. It's been wonderful to
thank
talk to you,
you.
and really appreciate your time.
Thank you. I loved it. I'll
Good.
see you later.
You will.